It's so very important for us to get this because there's two words that are used, two different Hebrew words for the word tarry. It says that at the end, so when faith is made reality, at the end, the vision shall speak and not lie. Listen, let God be true and every man a liar. God's never going to lie to you. He's never going to let you down. So listen, this is what's true. That though it tarry, look at what it says. Though it tarry, look, pull up the verse, guys. Verse 3, what does it say next? Wait for it. Say that with me. Wait for it. Now, some of you just need to underline that because you have been trying to do things on your own, and today's word for you is just wait for it. Just wait. Now, listen, I have a lot of strengths and weaknesses, and we could spend a whole day talking about it. You don't want it, you want the Bible, but I'll tell you one of my weaknesses is patience. I'm waiting. Come on, let's go. Let's get this thing rolling. Come on. It's an LA County thing, I think. Come on, ho, ho. You know, like, let's go. Come on. Light's green. You know, you're not supposed to stop at a traffic circle. Let's go. Come on, right? And so we want it to happen, and it's like, oh, no, it's tarrying. The first word of tarry is it seems to be delayed. It's the Hebrew word for it seems postponed or paused. Some of you government workers, for 43 days, you were like, come on, let's go. This seems unnecessary, you know? And so it was shut down for 43 days, and it's so hard. You know why it's so hard to wait at an airport when your flight is delayed? Because you have the expectation of moving forward. And so when you're sitting on that plane on the tarmac, and they're like, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be 4 hours on this. And you're like, no. But you'll go sit at home and watch a 4-hour movie. No problem. What's the difference between the two? The difference is one carries the expectation of forward progress. You're in a place of takeoff, and you're not taking off. And everyone around you is taking off. How come those planes can take off and not mine? How come that person got promoted and not me? And so you're at this point where it feels like God's holding back unnecessarily. And it feels like, man, where's my break going to come from? And God, why don't you bless me like you blessed them? And I mean, I was scrolling and I saw the blessings, and how come I can't post my highlight reel, you know? And so it's though it tarry, he says at the very end of the verse, look at it, it says, it will not tarry. Whoa, time out. Though it tarry, it will not tarry. Guys, pull the verse up. When it says, though it tarry, it will not tarry, is that a contradiction in the Bible? Like, why would it say that? Well, there's two words, two different words. Same English word, two different Hebrew words. The other Hebrew word for tarry here is the word that is akar. It means to delay or be unnecessarily late or denied. So it says, though it seems, that's the word, seems like it's going to tarry, it will not tarry. It will not tarry. And so God is asking us to trust him and wait. You see, the Lord will seem to delay, but he will always be right on time, Spurgeon said. Waiting teaches us to trust him more deeply. And so I wait on the Lord, the psalmist said, and my soul waits on him. I hope in him. My soul waiteth on the Lord. The word wait here, I love this. If you want to circle it in your Bible, it means to hold on or remain, to anticipate, but it means to grow in the gap. You got a gap between where you are and where you need to be, and you're just waiting in that gap. My friend, grow in the gap. Allow the Lord to be good, like he said in Lamentations. Jeremiah said, the Lord is good unto them that wait for him. To the soul that seeks him, it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait. Now listen, I can wait, but it's really hard for my big mouth to quietly wait. I want to tell you I'm waiting. Just so you know, I'm still waiting for my food, you know. I just wanted to let you know, yes, we're cooking it. Wait quietly. You know what David said in Psalm 37:7? He said, rest on the Lord. Now, next week, we're going to talk about the peace. We're going to end this series talking about the peace of God and the blueprint for God's peace. But you know what the word rest means? Look it up. Blue Letter Bible, Google it. Not right now, but ChatGPT or whatever. You know what that word rest is in the Hebrew? To shut one's mouth. And it says this, it says, rest in the Lord, wait patiently in him. Now, J.I. Packer said patience means living out our belief that God will reveal what we need to know when the time is right. Faith rests in His pace, not in ours. And so that word tarry, a car, it's saying, listen, God will not be late. God will not be denied. Listen, His delays are not His denials. God is still working even when you can't see Him. And so we see that, man, a God-inspired vision begins with God. We see that faith-filled action is what brings clarity, and then trusting His timing allows us to step in His pace, in His way. Then I want you to see finally a faith-filled vision will bring God glory. Everything you've seen today is by God's grace and for God's glory. Any building we build, any amazing things that happen in this place, it's by God's grace and for God's glory. That's it. That's all. Not for our glory, but for God's glory. We're lifting Him up. And so look at what He says. Behold, His soul is lifted up, and it is not upright in Him. Meaning, it would be wrong for us to be lifted up and think, oh, look, God's going to use us. God's going to do something through us. The word lifted up means to boast about your ability, to swell with pride, and to be weakened by your presumption. But He said, the just shall live by his faith. The word his faith is used, that Hebrew word, imuna, is used all throughout the Old Testament. It's talking about a deep conviction about who God is. It's the stability and inner trust in God's faithfulness.